Okay, I'm gonna hit all 3 of his Voxies, and I have a freeze proc. That is what I'm talking about. What's going on, my Axie and Voxies fam? Welcome back to another video. I am super excited for this one. It has been a long time coming since my last Voxies video, and the reason for that is we've been waiting for the game. It's finally here. I do need to say that this is the open beta, like the very, very earliest stages of what we're gonna see from Voxies. And there were some serious bumps in the road upon initial release. It was very hard to play on laptops. Balancing was kind of all over the place, but they decided to do it to meet the deadline that they had given themselves and allow the community to kind of shape around that and give immediate feedback, upon which I've seen them do like back to back to back balance changes and updates, and it's so much smoother now just within like a couple weeks. So I was super happy to see the way that they've delivered on that promise. All right, if you're coming into this cold, you have no idea what Voxies is. I did make a video on this a while back, which I'm gonna link in the description, but essentially it's a tactical play and earn RPG that I've been really grateful to work with. Jake, the CSO, has brought me on in a long-term partnership. So yes, this video is in partnership with Voxies, which I'm really, really stoked about because there's so much potential. I wasn't going to get into like news and larger developments of the game because this video is going to be about gameplay, but I did just find out that Binance Labs has now made a strategic investment in Always Geeky Games, which is incredible, and I'm not surprised. I mean, our launch of the token, the Voxel token, did happen on Binance. So you can download it for free. You can play for free on their website. So here's what you're going to do. When you download the game, it's going to ask you to pick 3 classes to choose from. These are your free to play classes that you're going to go with. To make life easy for you, just choose the Ranger, the Knight, and the Squire, okay? Just trust me, right now those 3 are insanely strong. They're easy to kind of just step into and play. The Squire has an ability called Sidestep. It costs 60 mana and it does over 100 damage. It's definitely like the most broken thing in the game right now. I'm not saying that's gonna last, but it's free to play anyway. You're not investing anything, so just get the most broken thing right now. Okay, so that's what you're gonna wanna go with. And then once you're in the game, I'm gonna give you an example of how to do this. So I'm using a Recruit Ranger as part of my team actually, because they're really good and I don't own a Ranger. So the way to make this easy is for your armor. Well, first of all, for your bow, select the beta bow. It gives you the best stats for this class. It's a bunch of dexterity and decent strength too. It's better than the monster bow that gives more strength because you need it for like the damage and accuracy. And then for your helmet and armor and all that, for your free-to-play Voxies, you just always want to go with the fighter gear, and that's just going to make life easy for you so you don't get confused. So anytime you just see fighter chest, fighter hat, fighter gloves, just select that, get decked out, and you're going to be having like the maximum stats that you can have right now if you're free to play. So this will be like the best way to suit up your Ranger, right? I'm going to change it to a dragon bow because I have a couple of those NFTs, and this allows me to have a proc where sometimes when I hit my opponent, it'll put fire on them, which basically does like 20 damage over the next several turns for a total of 60 damage, which is really powerful. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. That's going to be my Ranger. The rest of my team that I'm going with is my legendary pirate with a snowball launcher, which I'm like super hyped to try out. I just bought this snowball launcher today. And then I'm using a knight as well, just because those are also super strong. So basically the team I told you guys to get was the knight, the ranger, and the squire. The only thing different with what I'm doing is I'm using my pirate. So I think this will probably help you get an idea of what to do in your first game. I am extremely new. I have a lot to learn. I've been learning from like some of the best Voxy players out there. I was on a call with a bunch of them last night, which was really useful. And once you start to get the hang of it, it's really fun and addicting. And so I'm starting to go down the Voxies rabbit hole and see how far I can go, how good I can get before season 1 drops. Because when season 1 drops, there's going to be a huge prize pool. I believe it's like $300,000 or something like that, which is pretty crazy for the first season of a game. So this is a great time for you to learn, experiment, be in the Discord. Everyone in there is super friendly. I'll leave a link in that description below as well. But without further ado, let's get into a game. Oh yeah, one more thing I should mention is that every once in a while, for me right now, it's about like 1 in every 10 games, I'll have issues loading the game and it'll essentially crash and I'll just have to exit out and reboot the game and then I'm fine. And I actually don't even take a loss for it when that happens. But again, open beta, extremely early stages, and I just wanted to give you a heads up. All right, so for placement, I mean, I don't overthink this stuff right now. Like I'm sure that there'll be some like higher meta things in the future. I'm just gonna go ahead and place my Voxies kind of wherever. Oh gosh, I'm running out of time. Make sure I get my pirate there. And then let's see, my third one was my knight. Okay, so now I'm good to go and I hit ready. And here we can see that my opponent has 3 recruits, so he's not using any Voxies he bought on the marketplace because all the ones that are listed as recruits are the stock ones that are available. Now, one thing important to note though is that he has tons of healing. The knight can heal for like, I think 60 or 70 health with bow down, but essentially what I want to do is just target down like one of his Voxies, which is like a pretty general strategy that you're gonna do almost like every game anyway, is start to hone in on one. Okay, so my pirate has a range of 4 on his snowball launcher, I believe. This is the first time I'll be using it. I know the pistol had a range of 4. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 is as far as I can go with the attack. We hit him, we proc on the first one, which is incredible. You can see that he's frozen. And that's just what happens when you use weapons that have like an element. So the snowball launcher has ice. The dragon bow I have has fire. That means that a percentage of the time, it's gonna proc that element and cause an additional effect. Like here, he's frozen, he's gonna miss a turn. So if I hit him with the dragon bow, which has a fire proc, and it lands, then they're gonna take 20 damage. I think it's every 3 turns. Until 60 damage has been dealt, which is a lot. Like 60 damage adding up is huge in this game. Essentially, like I have all this mana and these skill sets on these different classes, but I stay patient with those. Like I'm not just gonna start ripping off all of my mana. I'm gonna keep my options open, be calculated, take my time. So he uses a regen. He's gonna start healing up on that black mage moving forward. Now with my knight, he's all melee, so I don't really have anywhere great to throw him, but again, kind of going back to his, like, he's like the plant, right, of Voxy in terms of him being a tank. So I'm kind of happy throwing him further up into the battle. And whenever you're not gonna like attack or use one of your special skills, you just want to defend because it lowers the I think the damage and hit percentage of your opponent. So just get in the habit of using defend when you're not attacking. So check this out. Now with my pirate, the best skill I could probably use here, in theory, would be Shoot the Crow because it's AoE and I can hit all 3 of his Voxies. But the reason I'm not going to do that now is because I know he has a very high healing ability that's AoE on his knight. So if I start dealing damage across all of his Voxies, he gets maximum value later on with his AoE heal. So instead, I just want to continue focusing one of them down. I procced again, that's amazing. To force him to use that heal on his knight out of desperation and get like the minimal amount of value. He is regenning off of it, which, you know, maybe I should have been focusing down another Voxy, but it's okay. All right, now with my Ranger, again, like I have a very good AoE skill in arrow volley, but the same rule applies. I'm just gonna keep attacking until I have depleted him enough and forced the heal. This stuff comes with time. It's a very, very intricate and in-depth game, okay? It's gonna take a lot of time, but it's really fun once you start thinking about what's the best strategic play. It's like chess, right? Like what's the absolute best move for me to make to set myself up for success. Also, something to note is when you guys are playing, make sure you turn on your health bars the way that I have so you can always see the health of your opponent. Go to the third little icon here in gameplay and make sure that always show HP bars is on. That's gonna help you a lot. So like he's got regen on both of these guys. I'm just gonna keep attacking the weakest one. The knight has some things like disarm and jeopardize, but those aren't really good skills. Like don't waste your time trying to play those. His taunt ability is really good and his heal is really good. And so yeah, just keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep attacking because look, soon he's gonna be under serious pressure to use that high mana ability on his knight that I've been telling you about this whole time, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it happen right here because now it's his knight's turn. Oh my goodness, is he not gonna do it? I think this guy might not know that that's a really, really good ability on his knight. Because if he doesn't play that, then his black mage is just gonna drop. Or if his priest goes first before me, then I think he has a chance. Yeah, his priest is gonna go next, so he'll probably just go with like a singular big heal on the black mage, is what I'm guessing. Yeah, he is. All right, that's annoying. 104 health regained. That sucks. All right, well, back at it, you know, back to work. We got to keep doing damage. I mean, this is to be expected when you're up against a healing team. It's just going to be a longer game when this happens, but I mean, I think the strategy's still the same. Just focus fire one of these guys. He's already pretty weak. I'm going to attack from the side because that usually boosts your hit percentage. I don't know if it boosts the amount of damage you do, but attacking from the side and from the back are really good things to do in tactical games in general. So I'll just go ahead and do that. 32 damage. We can see we're already putting him down really low again. So it won't be long before he's forced into healing. And then once he's out of heals, then you're going to get to see like some of the really cool skills that I have, like the volleys that I've been trying to tell you about. I mean, I also have, like with this ranger, another good skill is Hunter's Impact. That and Stalker Shot too is a little risky because you can see here where it says like proc 88% chance, like right below the Voxie. That means there's a 12% that doesn't proc, and I don't know if that's my hit percent chance though. I just know it's a little risky because of how much mana it costs. Let's try the Hunter's Impact though. Let's see what this does, because it can do more damage up to 81, and let's just see. Yeah, I mean 52 plus we procced with the burn on the dragon bow, so I'm happy with that. He's gonna start taking 20 damage per hit now every 3 turns, I believe is how that works. But as you can tell, like I'm still figuring out a lot of this stuff as well, like what the best mana skills to use are and when it's better to conserve. I do know that because I have a proc on both of my ranger and on my pirate, like my pirate has freeze with the snowball launcher, my ranger has fire with the dragon bow, I know that my best strategy once he's out of heals is to go hella hard on AoE. Look, you can see 20 damage done right there, right? So this is going to start really eating away at that black mage, and he's going to be forced to have to heal here. Yep, there you go. He's down to no mana at this point, so we're starting to look pretty spicy. It's going to start looking good for us, I think. I do need to keep my pirate alive because he's quite weak, and I do have a full, big, juicy heal on my knight, so I don't think that's going to be too big of a problem. I'm going to go from the back here and hit him with another Scurvy. I think if I can get poison on him again, that'd be fantastic, and we do. So this will be the same thing where every 3 turns, he'll take 20 damage. Oh, this is the perfect opportunity to show you Taunt from the Knight, okay? So what I'm going to do here is get right in between these 2 Voxies of his, and I'm going to go to Knight's Honor. Bravado. So, all right, the only skills you want to use with your knight right now are Bravado and Bow Down. Those are the 2 best things that this guy has to offer. So Bravado is Taunt. That's going to make his knight be fixated on my knight. And he's only going to be able to... Oh, I missed it. Is that a joke? The one time I'm trying to explain about it in a video, I miss it. This is like a 98% proc, 98% chance. Okay, that's all right. I'm not going to worry about it. Essentially, guys, that Voxie of his would not have been able to do anything except attack my knight. So he wouldn't have been able to move over here and heal that black mage, and I would have been able to focus it down and kill it. Something I could try is to root it. I don't know if that's going to work either. You know what? Let's just attack. Let's just attack. We're going to force the heal on the knight, and once the heal's gone, it'll be fine. There's a lot of strategy here. I was considering playing a skill on my ranger that roots the Voxies with the same idea of if I can plant that knight in position and make him not do anything, then you know, he can't get the heal off. But that's okay, because now we're going to get to see the heal from the knight. Whoop-de-doo. He's going to go ahead and make that happen so he doesn't lose his black mage. But once that's done, there you can see it was okay. It was like, what was that, 50 or 60 mana, but it also cleanses any debuff, so it got rid of the poison. It's definitely a really strong ability, especially because it's AoE, and it's going to heal whatever Voxies is around your knight. Oh my god, he hit me with a Comet for 102 damage. That landed? Yeah, that has a pretty low hit chance right now because of how much damage it does. Nonetheless, I hope my pirate does not die. 21 damage. Okay, is my knight up next? Okay, it's going to be my pirate and then my knight. I'm going to be able to get out of this, and he's completely out of mana, which is huge. I have quite a bit of mana left on my... Oh, wait. Hold on. All right, let's just start showing off. Since he's out of mana, let's start using that AoE I was telling you about. So shoot the crow. How far away do I need to be to make this work? 1, 2, 3. It looks like I need to be 3 squares away because diagonals count as 2. If you get overwhelmed with some of this stuff that I'm talking about, don't worry. I'll keep making these videos and explaining it. Let's go here. Let's go action, Buccaneer, shoot the crow. Okay, I'm going to hit all 3 of his Voxies, and I have a freeze proc. That is what I'm talking about. So now that went off on 2 of them. Now you can see the value of getting like a frozen weapon, a fiery weapon, and then using the skill sets that have AoE damage, but it's after they've used all their heals, especially if they have AoE heals. Otherwise, you're just going to get smoked. It's not going to work out for you. But now I really need to take care of my pirate. The other thing I'm going to do is position him here instead of here, because this square, I think, makes it a little more difficult for him to run after and hit my pirate with, say, like, whatever this thing is, a black mage that's close by. Even though those don't do a lot. Oh my god, I'm running out of time. Please, 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 please. Bow down, bow down, bow down. Okay. So, we go back up to 128 HP. That feels really good. Now, I can start to go with the arrow volleys. Let's see. Where do I need to go for that? So, I'm going to probably make a whole different video on, like, ranged attacks and how to count the tiles properly. But I know I need to be 3 or 4 range away. Oh, he resigns. That's it. He knows, like, he's dust, because I was about to start, like, arrow volleying him with fire, with freeze, with, like, he's out of heals. I had all the mana, and he just lets go of the game there. I'm telling you guys, like, I'm so hyped on Voxies. The intricacies, the depth. If you want to get in early, try it for yourself. Do not take my word for it. Just try it yourself. Play a bunch of games, as many as you can. And also, you can earn rewards. Even though we're in the open beta, you can still earn rewards. I didn't get anything this time, unfortunately, but soon you're going to be able to also earn voxels once, like, the official beta comes out. And you can also earn NFTs. And that is like a whole other thing I'll have to get into, because, the more rare your Voxies, like if you buy some, then the higher your percentage of a chance of winning NFTs, which is something to consider. But guys, again, in wrapping this video up, try it yourself. Try to learn the skills just like you would in Axie, where you need to expand your knowledge of the game. So take notes, like see what the opponent's classes are and like what they cast on you, and then you'll start to understand, oh, that's a knight. I know he's got that big heal ability. That's a squire. I know he's got that like broken move that does over 100 damage. Sidestep, right? I think is what it's called. And then if you ever get confused, just show up in the general chat here in the Voxie Discord. I was in here talking to guys earlier. I'm in here quite a bit recently streaming with some of the like really, really good players, because they're helping me understand like what I'm doing wrong, which has just been amazing. Like, this community is awesome, and I think the future is so bright. There's a lot of really smart people working on this game. Of course, that includes the core team and developers, but I'm talking about some of these guys. Casca is like genius level. He's always putting in like mathematical codes into the suggestions channel as to what should get changed. So anyway, I hope this video was like entertaining and educational. I'm really excited about more great games coming into the space, and I think Voxies has so much potential to be one of them. So keep an eye out. I'll be doing more Voxie content. I'll be streaming the game too at some point. And thanks so much for the support. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.